Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good morning. My name is Hafizi bin Ahmad Sabri, number matric AN190135. Today I'm going to present my final project, that is analysis of different engine performance using B10 and B30. Now going to the research background. Because of human lifestyle are evolving to become more contemporary and futuristic, the use of automobiles and engines is rising. Since people are more conscious that the majority of the energy are used by engines from non-renewable resources, a number of advantages in engine technology have been made. Without a question, the most important thing is the energy source for the internal combustion engine is the oil. However, the exploration of more environment-friendly fuel with a global reserve is prompted by the rapid depletion of oil due to an increase of number of vehicles on the road. Therefore, the pollution from emission increase and threaten the environment and disturb the world peaceful. So, about the introduction of the biodiesel has opened a new alternative fuels which renewable sources and less harm. However, a different biodiesel blends ratio source of different level quality performance of the engine. Onto the problem statement of this project is if the procedure is not carried out carefully, the performance of high quality biodiesel and low quality biodiesel might differ significantly. And the second one is since it is quite challenging for user to distinguish the CPO mix difference from one another. So this project is to help the user for a better performance analysis. For the objective of this project is to understand the properties of biodiesel B10 and B30. And the second one is to compare the engine performance using biodiesel B10 and B30. The scope of study for this experiment is the biodiesel B10 and B30 are supplied by Malaysia Palm Oil Board MPOB. The second one is the biodiesel test on the Yanmar engine model L70N. The third one is the various, or you can call the variable for the experiment, is the engine loads. That is 10%, 30% and 50%. And the fourth one is the engine speed from 2000 RPM until 3,500 RPM with 500 increment. And of course the biodiesel itself. For a literature review that I use in my project is the first one is what is crude palm oil from the standard B author on 2020 year, and my findings on the website is the oil palm pulp is used to create a crude palm oil and edible oil due to high level of beta carotene. It is natural crimson in color. So the summary of the literature review is the most crude palm oil is used for multiple purpose, and especially not always for the fuel engine. The second one is what is definition of biodiesel by Minaughter at 2022. It shows the long chain of fatty acid method ester for the component of the biodiesel, since it a type of diesel fuel generated from either plants or animals. The third one is the biodiesel handbook by the Knott G. It explains the transesterification reaction, and it shows the various mixture of the fatty acid chains. The fourth one is the sustainability of palm biodiesel in transportation. It gives the standard specification for biodiesel fuels, especially for comparison from Malaysia standard and the European standard. The next one is what is biodiesel. It gives what I get from this literature is due to its local production and its ability. Any diesel engine linked to modification can be used several times by lessening their reliance on foreign oil supplies. So even with the low product cost, biodiesel is more benefit, but it has some disadvantage that needs to be observed and to be discussed. The next one is the using of crude palm oil CPO as engine fuel. So as we know, Malaysia is the world's top producer of crude palm oil, a vegetable oil made from the oil palm plant, which is also the country most widely used oil crop. So it gives the more detail on the properties crude palm oil that Malaysia use and its characteristic. Next is the biodiesel and overview. It gives the basic meaning of the biodiesel and also a publication and patents on outside of the biodiesel that already made. The eighth one is the performance and combustion analysis of diesel and tallow biodiesel in CI engine. Since our experiment is to observe the performance engine in the using the biodiesel, so this literature is give the sample of effect of CPO blend on combustion engine and its characteristic. The next one is the biofuels explained. The biodiesel is permitted for blending with petroleum diesel since it complies with the American Society for Testing and Materials. It provided for the American Society for Testing and Materials standard, which can be compared to the Malaysia standard. And the next one is the model L7N Yanmar engines from the Administrator at 2017, which is give the specification for the Yanmar engine model. So we can compare with the experimental setup that we can use. The last one is on how to make the biodiesel. This is how to I conclude on the simple process of the biodiesel production process using the process of transesterification. For the methodology of this project, we use the one-cylinder Yanmar model L70N as the test variable will be used for engine loads at 10%, 30% and 50%, and for engine speed is 2000 rpm until 500 rpm with 500 rpm increment. So the data collected and will be observed is one of it is cylinder pressure, torque, brake power and specific fuel consumption. As we can see from the flowchart for this experiment, then you start and go to the literature review and material and equipment check, which is of course the model Yanmar and the fuel B10 and BTT. The next one is the trainer maintenance, since the access from previous project which need to be empty and clean using petrol for more efficient cleaning. And the next one is the experimental setup. The second piece is the cylinder transducer that to be used for the observe the in-cylinder pressure analysis. Then we can run the engine using the B10 and at 2,000 rpm with a 10% load. And with the data review, we can repeat the experiment with different types of fuel and different load with different engine speed. After that, we can collect our result and data so we can get the analysis and discussion. Going to the experimental setup, this experiment used an Yanmar L76, an air-cooled 4-stroke diesel engine, a direct injection vertical cylinder engine module, which the labeling and specification can be referred in the reports were used. The exterior of the fuel tank was filled with around 2 liters of the biodiesel. The fuel line from the fuel flow meter was obtained to link the ignition process without any air rises in order to collect the fuel consumption, brake thermal efficiency and other performance test data that need to be recorded. Next, the expected outcomes for the project. The first one is the calorific value of the fuel decrease as the BSFC increase, because the higher fuel consumption is required to produce the same amount of power from a fuel with a lower calorific value. Next is when the engine load is increased, the BSFC trend will decline. The fuel's efficiency of conversion is mostly to blame for the decrease in BSFC with load. The last one shows that to compare the B10, B30, the B10 use more brake specific gassing. For the conclusion of this experiment of this project, the biodiesel is far less harmful than conventional diesel. For spill cleanups, this may be quite advantageous. Second one is the current engine can be run on the B20 and lower level blend without any changes, because it strikes an excellent mix between price, emission, cold weather performance, material compatibility, solvent properties, and is a frequent blend. However, it's due to a lack of a legal incentive and competitive price, P10 and the other high-level biodiesel blends are less frequently utilized directly as transportation fuel. We can conclude here that as the blend ratio increase, so the demand for the biodiesel is decreased, since not many performance can be concluded. Lastly is the overall project plan in this project. So I provided with the Gantt chart from my project. That's all for me. Thank you.